let's do it. Hello, everyone. This is Ruse, WAICY 2022. I am honored to have one of our amazing winners from Greece. Folks, the floor is yours. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, so I'm Stelios Antoniadis, and with my following classmates, we created the Deus Ex Machina.
I'm George Hainis.
And I'm Nicholas Vanidis.
Well, fantastic. Guys, how did you come together? Tell us about your project a little bit. And then I'm going to ask you about challenges you had in your project. But tell us a little bit about your project for those of us that don't know about your project. By the way, folks, at the bottom of this interview, you can see the link to their presentation and you can see this project. But tell us a bit about your project for the folks that are watching us.
So basically, we are classmates. And at the beginning of the summer, we were informed by our teacher about this competition. And inspired by the recent events of the war in Ukraine, we decided to develop the system.
Anyone else would like to add anything?
Well, not only the war, but here in Greece, there are also many natural disasters every year occurring. There are many wildfires and floods. Like in 2018, we had a major one, and the same year also we had like a major fire with many deaths and many losses. So what we saw and is that there were many people trapped. So we had to. So these people have to be helped like these times, and many times like having air support is not very it's impossible, and also like having maybe and manned vehicles are also hard to approach the areas, and also we're putting another man's life in danger. So what we said is, well, we have to solve this problem by finding a right solution that doesn't risk any more lives of any more human lives. And that's how we came up with the idea.
That's amazing. Nick, anything on your side?
So there are a lot of fires in our place, and a lot of people get trapped and they need supplies. So I think in those countries that have a lot of disasters, our project is really useful and can be used for many different situations.
That's amazing. But also tell me a little bit about how the three of you gather together, because I've known your instructors. He has been doing a marvelous job in the past, and this is another year. For those of you that are watching, one of the previous year's WAICY winners was actually attending our live event and was one of the judges in WAICY 2022 KAUST in Saudi Arabia. So your teacher has done a great job thus far, and he's truly a superstar. But I'd like to know how the three of you came together and how the three of you decided to, work together for this project. And what was that like?
Well, we're friends in school, and we also attend all the computational thinking club. And so when our teacher, suggested that, there's this competition and you could do it, well, we said, why not? So we're all interested in computers and programming. So we said, let's give it a shot. And we came up with a pretty good result.
I think you did. I think you all came up with a fantastic result. But let me ask you about your functions. When you put a team together, everyone has, you're all good at coding, obviously, but you all have core competencies. You're better at some things than others. So what was each role that you had, or predominant role, as you were putting this project together?
So basically, Stelios had the AI part. He was the one who designed the A-star algorithm to find the pathfinding. Nick had the object segmentation and object detection. He was the one who designed the program using RoboFlow that viewed every road and decided the danger level. And I was responsible for the visualization of all this. Using Roblox Studio, I created a city map, which was possible to visualize our algorithm.
That's amazing. So each of you had a kind of a core role in a different given your project from a different dimensions. Tell us a little bit about the challenges. Some of the challenges you had to put your projects together. It could be technical or non-technical.
Nick, say about RoboFlow.
So we needed to collect thousands of pictures of our map in order to have really high accuracy of predictions. And this was really difficult because in the beginning, most pictures weren't useful for the model and couldn't be used in the way we wanted. So we had to make more than 10 different image detection models that were sometimes really bad. Their performance wasn't great. And we finally came up with a better one using, I think, 2000 images. Yeah.
Now, any other challenges, any other dynamics? You know, sometimes working in a team also has pros and cons. Anything else that you would like to share with the audience?
The project was done during our summer vacation. So organizing the team to find meeting times that were suitable for everyone was kind of a challenge.
It's an amazing job because, you went all the way back to the summer. For those of you folks that are watching, you know, some folks are waiting till the last minutes to do the project, but you were really prepping up ahead of time. So that's great. Now, before, first of all, we're really proud of you. I think you had an amazing project. Once again, folks, you can see their projects at the bottom of this video, the link to their presentation. And where do you hope that this project will take you? What do you have any other aspirations or plan for this venture of yours that you have developed?
Well, we could team up with some humanitarian team or a robotics team to actually help solve this problem, like in real life, with the use of robotics and automatic cars, maybe. But apart from that, it's it's a very difficult idea to implement. So, and maybe people will not want to work with us because you know, it's just like a simulation what we created. But apart from that, we could take it in a wider, let's say, approach and implement it in real life.
Have you thought about it? Clearly you have, but do you think you will do it?
Well, sure, why not?
Well, you have to see. Okay, so as a team, you have to decide. But I think that's important because part of the reason I say that's important is because not only you've used AI applications, but the question is, can we take it to the next level, which is AI action? Can we really implement it? And through implementing it in the real world, we also learn a lot of other things. You know, things are not going to be sometimes working out just fine. There are challenges, there are obstacles, but overcoming it itself is a fun game. And I sure hope you do that. But before we wrap up, I want to give each of you a minute or so for you to tell the world your message. You can talk to your peers that are watching from across the world, from everywhere in the world. You can talk to parents, you can talk to educators, you can talk to students, of course. So let's talk about what is your message to the people that are watching, either they have attended WAICY or they haven't. So let's start with Nick, and then we'll go around.
So I wanted to say that even if you don't know how to program, you should start learning and know how to use AI in general, because in the following years, it will be a big part of our daily lives, and it will be used constantly and more. So I think that you should start learning now and implement ideas, plans, or whatever you want.
Stelios, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So I believe that, and that's a message to the whole world, that artificial intelligence should be used like to help people, and not to, because and not to combat people, because our approach could definitely be used also for bad reasons, and to transfer weapons or other harmful I don't know, materials. But if we all use technology and artificial intelligence in a good and peaceful way, we could solve all the major problems, all the major humanitarian problems, even climate change. It's been proven, and it's the only thing we have to do.
Georgios, you saved the best for last. Go ahead.
I wanted to connect my message with what Nick said. Basically, a lot of people might say that they don't know where to start or what to do, and find different excuses to avoid AI, their AI learning path. However, they might not understand that AI has become so accessible to the world. Me personally, I had never been into AI before, but I used YouTube tutorials, Google Documents. There is just so much material in the internet, which is perfect for learning, and it's all free.
Agree with all of you. I think all of you bring very distinct, unique points. Very proud of all three of you, Georgios, Stelios, and also Nick. Thank you so much for attending WAICY. You did a wonderful job. Folks, you can watch their presentation down at the bottom of this video. There's a link for it. And I know you're getting ready for college, so I'm sure a lot of colleges are watching out in terms of what you are doing. But what I do know is, regardless of where you go, if you have the same attitude, regardless of the college or the major, you're going to do really well. And I hope you also encourage others to be part of WAICY, not as a competition, but as a platform to kind of bring ideas, different ideas from different parts of the world, and trying to solve some of them with a bit of technology, with a bit of AI, but really try to do it in a very human-centric way. And I think you've done a marvelous job. Very proud of you. The story of how you were inspired, the story of your country, Greece, which in terms of what you've done and how you related to your own geography, to me, and I think to everyone that has seen your presentation, including the judges, is a fantastic and inspiring story. So thank you all. Thanks for joining us, folks. And once again, see the link to the presentation at the bottom of this video. And looking forward to see you guys, all three of you, and everyone else that's watching us in WAICY 2023.